Good morning and welcome, and I have to say that the view from here is incredible in this fantastic hall, seeing you all this morning. By the authority given in the statutes of the Open University, I declare this congregation open for the conferment of degrees and the presentation of graduates. Distinguished guests, graduates, family and friends, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to this 26th of the Open University's degree ceremonies being held in 2022. I'm also delighted to welcome to the ceremony key supporters of the university who have found time in their very busy diaries to be with us today. And a special welcome to our honorary graduate, Mr. Martin Paul Ashmead. We are delighted to be able to honour you today. Each year, the Open University awards a range of qualifications that you all worked so hard for, from certificates of higher education to doctorates. Throughout this year, more than 10,000 graduates have been presented for their qualifications at our degree ceremonies. For my colleagues, and certainly for me, they are highlights of our year because they're celebrating your success. The ceremonies are held throughout England and also in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. You're graduating from the largest university in Europe with an extraordinary scale, scope and reach. That success is down to what our graduates achieve, and not just the qualifications you're being presented with today, but the difference you'll go on to make with it. It goes without saying that today is a very important occasion in the life of you, our graduates, your families and loved ones, as well as for the university and my colleagues, and I hope you will feel that they have nurtured and supported you throughout your time with us. Now, you'll be forgiven for thinking that the occasion is so important that it needs to be solemn, but you'd be quite wrong in that. In every sense, this is a huge celebration. So on the stage, we'll be very disappointed if anyone crosses the stage today with anything less than thunderous applause, or whatever you want to do to celebrate the great successes and express your enthusiasm and support. Now, as our graduates process across the stage, I'll be there to hand you a scroll. Normally we would shake hands as well if you want to, but I think today, given increases in COVID levels, I'm going to leave that as voluntary, so I won't be in any way upset if you decide that you don't want to shake hands. I'll just hand you the scroll over. So, I'd like to ask all of our graduates from today, if you're able to, could you please stand again, just our graduates. So, families, friends, and Open University colleagues, let's start today's ceremony by giving all of our amazing graduates a huge round of applause. There's one more way you can show your appreciation to the graduates here today. If you're posting messages or photos on social media, we do ask if you can use the hashtag OUFamily, all one word, to share your congratulations. That means the wider OU community will get to see what's happening today and share in these celebrations. So today's ceremony will begin with a presentation of those graduates who have gained higher degrees, postgraduate diplomas and first degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Laws. They will be presented by Mr. Billy Coker, Head of Student Support for Academic Services. We will then see the awarding of the Honorary degree of Master of the University to Mr. Martin Paul Ashmead. Mrs. Fiona Gleed, Staff Tutor in the Faculty of Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, will present Mr. Ashmead, who will sign the Honorary Graduate's Award and make a reply. Then we will continue our presentation of graduates with those who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees, and diplomas of higher education. I will conclude the ceremony with a final address to all of the graduates. I now call upon Mr. Billy Kokar to present graduates.
Performers have been able to attend here today. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, I present to you for a thesis entitled An Isotopic Investigation of Early Planetesimal Differentiation Processes, Richard Windmill. Master of Arts in Childhood and Youth, Abasidi Oladide. For the degree of Master of Arts in Crime and Justice, I present Amy Gibson. For the degree of Master of Arts in English, I present Nikki Higgins. For the degree of Master of Arts in History, I present Sean McCain. For the degree of Master of Arts Open, I present Emma Petrie. For the degree of Master of Arts in Translation, I present Monica Sellis. Astrid Feast. Suzanne Russell. Moritz von Freho. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, I present Rachel Connors. Christopher Saunders. Brett Van Fleet. For the degree of Master of Business Administration Leadership Practice, I present Ishan Atukaroli. Linda Johan. Simon Hammond. Marcia Reed. Master of Science in Advanced Networking, I present Nicholas Hobson. Benjamin Tucker. For the degree of Master of Science in Computing, Software Engineering, I present Christopher Shaw. For the degree of Master of Science in Finance, I present Jennifer Allerton. For the degree of Master of Science in Mathematics, I present Linton Mogridge. For the degree of Master of Science in System Thinking in Practice, I present Edwin Ray. For the Master of Science in Technology Management, I present Samuel Garvey. Colin Hinchley. And for the Postgraduate Diploma in Social Work, I present Latifah Junaid. Samantha Matthews. Michelle Rainsford. Hardeep Sandal. Pro-Vice Chancellor, I shall now present graduates who have gained Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering and Bachelor of Laws degrees and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremony programme. I present the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Helen Abraham. Alice Allen. Helen Ashby. Anwajit Baines. Louis Baker. Lisa Ballwood. Valerie Morgold. Shannon Barker. Catherine Barnett. Lisa Butcher. Tara Medford. Melanie Beaver. Tara Bibi. Charlotte Bowler. Rita Brannan. Emily Brayford. Laura Brooks. Anastasia Brown. Clark. Amy Clements. Joanna Colby. Leah Collins. Leon Cook. Marina Coombs. Melissa Cunningham. Katie Cyphers. Lucas David. Janine Davis. Amanda Davis. Joan Deakin. Rebecca Dixon. Alison Donnelly. Leslie Edge. Chelsea Edwards. Laura Allen. Lynn Endicott. Harry Farmer. Gemma Flynn. Vicky Ford. Sam Fowler. Sarah Francis. Juliana Beeman. Selena Ginda. Helen Gager. Michael Gibson. Stacey Jane Gilfillan. Ebony Gordon. Julie Gurdon. Nicole Greer. Paul Green. Joy Hayes. Umaya Hanif. Honorary. Trina Patel. Louis Peacock. Jodie Perry. Rachel Price. Julian Pritchard. Shannon Payne. Jennifer Ramsey. Tajvi Razak. Anna Roberts. Rachel Robinson. Katie Ryan. James Sumter. Emma Scott. Sarah Sharif. James Sherman. Paige Sheldon. Catherine Simmons. Claire Smith. James Benson. Amy Stewart. Jonathan Snelling. Robert Stiles. Tamrin Swart. Zoe Taylor. Martin Thomas. Karen Tomlins. Lucy Topley. Rebecca London. Leanne Walker. Mark Moore. Lisa Whitmore. Laura Williams. Joanne Williamson. Lindsay Wilson. Tara Wilson. Petra Winter Aurora. Hannah Woodfield. Andrew Woodford. Angelos Zacharias. I present for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science respectively, partners Kelly Walker and Carl Johnson. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, I present Miles Amos. Richard Bismarck. Miles Draper. Matthew Perrott. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws, I present Sharon Alton. Honorary Maju Babarindi. Ian Bond. Kieran Cora. Francesca Buxton. Tom Campbell. Owen Cave. Gemma Dean. Jonathan Watkins.
Vice-Chancellor, colleagues, graduates, guests. Martin Ashmead is a chartered structural engineer and expert in building safety whose commitment to education and training has shaped and inspired generations of structural engineers across the west of England and beyond. Like many of our own students, after leaving school, Martin fitted his studies around his family, his work and his hobbies. He attended Bristol Technical College in the evenings for many years, earning a higher national certificate and then qualifying as a chartered structural engineer. He continued to further his education at Bristol Polytechnic, gaining qualifications in sectors as diverse as law, geology and economics. Martin is also an accomplished sportsman, a regular badminton player until recently, and a black belt in both karate and kung fu. Martin spent 35 years in industry, working in both engineering consultancy and multidisciplinary firms. He then joined the Building Control Department of Bristol City Council, serving as Principal Structural Engineer and Proper Officer for Dangerous Structures. Here he made it his mission not only to prevent danger and disaster, but to raise standards and quality across the built environment, from design to demolition. Martin's contribution to the professional industry is widely recognised and hugely respected. He has been a member of the Institution of Structural Engineers for more than 60 years and a fellow for more than 40, and was recently recognised with a Lifetime Achievement Award. His paper on building collapses and dangerous structures has been recognised with the Sir Arnold Walters Medal. With more than 50 years of continuous service in a variety of roles, he has long been an essential member of the Western Counties regional group of the institution. Indeed, he is probably the longest serving member of any of the regional groups since the Institution of Structural Engineers was founded in 1908. It is therefore fitting that today we honour Martin's commitment to education and training. He has devoted his life to sharing his expertise and insight with professionals, students and lay people alike. He has lectured across the country, returning to college as a part-time lecturer in 1965 and regularly invited as a guest lecturer at universities and professional associations for more than half a century. Charismatic and compelling, his presentations are unusual in their clarity and impact, bringing his complex and technical subject to life. Martin was also the driving force setting up courses that enable graduates to gain their full professional qualifications in the Western Counties and has contributed to these courses for 35 years. As a mentor and coach, he has supported huge numbers of students and professionals to develop their skills and careers. The Martin Ashmead Prize is now awarded annually to the candidates from the Western Counties who achieve the highest marks in the membership exams. Martin's commitment to lifelong learning as both a student and a teacher makes him an ideal role model for our own graduates. He has led by example throughout his career, setting the highest standards in his field, demonstrating the value of ongoing professional development, and helping many others to realise their professional goals. It is a pleasure to celebrate his life's work. Pro-Vice-Chancellor, by the authority of the Senate, I present to you, for the honorary degree of Master of the University, Martin Paul Ashmead.
Pro-Vice Chancellor, members of Senate, colleagues, graduates and guests, I was taken aback. Oh, and Fiona's presentation for me. I was taken aback when I received a letter from the Open University asking me if I wanted to accept the honour of Master of the University. The instant response was, wow, yes please. As I researched about the standing of the others receiving this award, I understood more about its importance and its status. I became more humbled, proud and honoured, particularly that only 4 such awards have been given this year, and mine probably being the only chartered structural engineer being recognised in the 50 years history of the Open University. The largest university in Europe, with over 10,000 graduating this year. And this also may surprise you. This award means more to me than with a fortune on the lottery. Now, a little about my history. My parents, who died over 30 years ago, would have been so proud as they set me on the path of the love of learning and to share my knowledge and experience with others. Mum and Dad, this is an award for you. Oh, come on. I was born in Bristol in 1939, 5 months before World War II started. My mother and brother were traumatised very badly due to my 17-year-old aunt being killed in the Bristol bombing, and my father being seriously injured during hand-to-hand fighting in Holland. And also my uncle, who was reported missing in the infantry while fighting in Birmingham. I started school 1 year before the end of the war. Not a good start for my formal education. However, I was fortunate enough to be in the top group of the top classes until I left school at 16 years old, having achieved excellent examination successes and thereafter being trained by fantastic structural engineers, chartered structural engineers. I have given much thought what I should say today. This is very difficult, as you all are different ages, no doubt hard working in your daily workplace life and life experience, and then having the desire and the grit to study many long hours beyond your normal working day and weekends. And no doubt many difficulties occurring for some of you to do this. Due to young ages in traditional universities, I would have had much advice to give. But what can I give you today? Very little. Hopefully, however, I will give you interesting golden nuggets that you will hopefully look into, thus helping you to understand and consider the recent history of education relating to the opportunity for all with no class barriers and free. Though it had a very bad start in 1945. However, it being put right on track for adults when it was enshrined in the 1969 birth of the Open University. I have always encouraged people to study where appropriate, and more so since the founding of the Open University, but little did I know that I would be here today. I will now start with the high ideals after 1945 at the end of the Second World War. The system enacted was the Butler Act of 1944, namely grammar, technical and secondary modern schools. 5-year-olds to school leaving age was to be free to all. And the 11-year-old children education was going to be determined to achieve the children's best potential by giving high quality teaching and facilities. Every parent's dream. No examination pass or fail or class distinction. The intention was excellent. However, it was flawed in very, very many ways. Secondary modern, secondary implying, in those days, to lower class than those in the grammar and technical schools. And I would relate to the trains in those days used to be called first class and third class. clearly to let people know their class positions in society. And few, if any, technical schools were available at 11 years old, and that was the promise. Money was distributed in favour of grammar. Technical schools and secondary modern schools were stopped. Secondary modern pupils left school at 15 years old, having not taken any exams, thus making their future education very difficult. So this is where I'm proud of the Open University as well, which eventually came around. The selection of this system was subsequently found to be not fit for purpose. Prior to the 1950s, there were very few universities and lack of educational support post-leaving age, making the entry to universities very, very difficult. In fact, it was almost impossible, even if a 20-year-old plus achieved success with his A-levels or equivalent, to be accepted by universities. As a consequence of this, Harold Wilson and others recognised this injustice and the damage to the economy. So they instigated more universities, and in particular, the Open University. And this I say to you all as well, how many of you know of the Children's University, which is created by government, 5 years to 14 years old, and graduation mortarboard day and gown days. The purpose being to encourage children to find the joy of learning outside school. So I should ask you to all look it up. Degree relationship with careers. This is another of my favourite subjects. Almost all students in graduate study to gain knowledge and qualifications to find an occupation that will prove challenging, interesting, and hopefully will receive good to excellent remuneration. Very few study for the knowledge only during their teenage years. So after graduation, what is the next step? Now I'm really talking about the younger age, but it still applies to many of you here. So, assuming they are going on a professional route, ideally the graduate or equivalent into a professional should join a government recognised professional body. And I point out this to their others, but chartered institute is successful. And carry on learning and studying to pass their professional ladder exams, aiming to meet the gold standard and become chartered structural engineer, chartered scientist, chartered psychologist, chartered accountant, and what I would think the majority do not know is called a chartered teacher now. So become a chartered teacher. This is done by choosing an employer that supports these aspirations and preventing them from floating around like ships in the sea. And I've spoken to a few people today, got degrees and didn't know what direction to go. There is much more I could pass on to you, but I am time bound. So I wish you all well in the future. Your company has made a fantastic experience for me today, and in closing, congratulations to all the graduates, an exciting, fulfilling new journey ahead of you. So go for it. And if anybody wishes to speak to me, just tap me on the shoulder and do so. I'll be pleased to speak to you.
Pro-Vice Chancellor, continuing the presentation of graduates, I shall now present those with the Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees, and diplomas of higher education and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert in the ceremony programme. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, I present Ruxana Akhtar. James Ash. Michael Ashton. Dominic Atchell. Honey Atwell. Julia Batt. Tom Leach. Emma Blasdale. Alan Ward. Victoria Borsos. Louise Bracey. Abby Brocklehurst. Laura Caffrey. Irene Callahan. Claire Cambridge. Monica Chevenkova. Vicky Charles. Cameron Cleveland. John Cockrell. Katie Cooper. Scott Davis. Charlotte Rimmel. Courtney Eaton. Chloe Elliott. Cassian Estley Clay. Vanessa Everett. Mel Franklin. Emma Cornhill. Warwick Finn. Ravina Ginder. Bethan Gibbs. Emma Gilfeder. Shelley Knight. Nikki Maroon. Claire Little. Victoria Loney. Debbie Martin. Gavin Ruskell. Jake Mays. Janine McConnell. Graham G. McCartney. Diane Nicholson. James Mitchell. Jody Newman. Katrina O'Brien. Anthony Page. Gurley Parkin. Jake Partridge. Shannon Paxton. Daniel Pearson. Dana Perkins. Ian Price. Javaria Cassim. Harriet Curry. Vivian Roberts. Claudia Rubio Farrell. Charlie Rubin. Kathleen Rush. Mark Salisbury. Claire Sands. Christian Scott. Charlotte Smith. Martin Smith. Benjamin Till. Adam Thomas. Maxine Tracy. Hannah Trimble. Elizabeth Trupshaw. Anata Valevna. Ranisa Wahid. Gemma Walton. Sally Wares. Selena Webb. Gareth Webster. Luke Boyd. Beth Whiteley. Kasia Wybishka-Rosinska. Emily Wilson. Wayne Wong. Jessica Wyatt. Bethany Yates. For a foundation degree, I present Gareth Clark. Kirsty Dodd. Stephanie Griffiths. Stephanie Harper. Jaspreet Khan. Elizabeth Twyman. And for a Diploma of Higher Education, I present Khalil Amash. Ria Blake. Laura Clark. John Hall. Nicole Hassel. Anna Hewitson. Kelly Lawton. Larissa Lightbourne. And Roy Whittam.
Well, that was fantastic. I have a script here, but I feel I almost need to go off script to say what that fantastic experience that was. I've done many graduations at other universities, but I think the warmth and you could see it in people's eyes as they came across. That was a very special occasion. Thank you for keeping the applause going and some great cheers and celebrations. So before we close, I'd like to say a few words to our new graduates. So as Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Research and Innovation of our university, I could not be more proud of what you've achieved as our graduates. I know it's often been against the odds. I know you've had great support from family, friends and others to make the commitment that you have to overcome the challenges and be here today. We also know that you're going to go on from this experience and do great things across society, and we really look forward to hearing about your future successes. I think, as I said when I started, that I really believe this is an amazing body of graduates, perhaps the most amazing body anywhere in the world. You've believed in yourselves, and the people at the OU, some of them represented on the stage today, have believed in you. The dedicated associate lecturers, our advisors, the academics who write the courses, and of course we've got all the designers and technologists that allow us to be a very different and very special university. And all the professional services that maybe you don't see at the front line, but they do a fantastic job of making us such a great university. I know that this will have been a tough experience, but that hopefully has made it all the more rewarding and worthwhile. And of course, getting any degree, and I know your degree, is a great challenge in normal times, but let alone in the experience that you will have had of studying during a pandemic. So it's no wonder when we see your resilience that employers and people that work with the Open University tell us that they're so impressed by our graduates and the way that you're determined, you can solve problems and you're driven in your careers and whatever you go on to do. You've already proven that you can juggle study with many other demands. And that, I think, will set you in great stead for your future. The Open University, as you may know, started back in 1969, and our pioneer students and staff took a big risk getting involved in that stage. It was a step into the unknown, and they put their faith into the university. Indeed, many people back then thought that the OU would fail. It would be an experiment, it wouldn't work. But here we are, 2022, with another incredible set of graduates, and actually you're joining over 2 million people who have studied with us. And the nature of what we do is we're not just a university, we're a social movement. So it's you, the students, that really make the OU what it is, and we owe you a great deal of gratitude for really fulfilling that vision of the university's founders. A little bit about the founders. Foremost amongst those was Jenny Lee, who Prime Minister Harold Wilson, this is back in the 1960s, gave the job of setting up a new type of university. Jenny was a woman whose own journey from a Scottish mining community to Minister of State shaped in no small way what the OU is today and the ambition that our graduates today are expressing in their own lives. Jenny Lee believed the OU had to be a university for everybody, rich or poor, man or woman, any ethnicity, and that it had to do that whilst maintaining the highest academic standards. You, our graduates, have achieved those standards of scholarship and professional practice. And that's what she wanted to be achieved by our university. But she also wanted us to be respected in our research, making discoveries, inventing new products, helping people across society by the work that we do. Curiosity is what drives us, and I'm so glad that you've chosen that most human of adventures to learn and live, which is in our shield, it's in our motto. So completion of your qualification means you're not leaving us. You're actually just joining an even bigger family within the Open University, our alumni. And I really urge you to keep in touch with us. I'm sure you're going to be great ambassadors and tell other people what they can gain from the Open University. But please do be an active member of our family. So as you leave today, I hope that you'll go out and you'll express the values of social and environmental justice that are at the heart of our university. I hope that you'll demonstrate our commitments to inclusion and diversity, and above all, to be part of our mission to be open to people, places, methods, and ideas. And do share your experiences with us. With social media, with electronic communications, it's so much easier to stay in touch with each other. We're hugely proud of what you've achieved. We'd like to stay part of your journey as you go on. So thank you very much for that. So that brings us to the end of today. So the proceedings of this degree summary have been completed, and I now declare this meeting of the congregation closed. Would all of you who are able to stand, please do so.